Hello, welcome to Arthur RJ Racing, an F124 in the league race. The circuit of Albert Park starting P10 and getting quite a good getaway, and so does the Williams in front, so I'm kinda locked here. We're even going 4 wide almost into turn 1 and 2, and I didn't want to go on the inside because that's just very risky, 3 wide. But still having a good run here into turn 3. And I am on the inside, but I make a huge mistake rear locking and spinning the car. But can catch up back to the pack quite quickly and even have quite some momentum on the Ferrari, enabling me to get it on the inside. Even sliding through the corner a bit, but still have the position. And going into lap 2, someone pitted and trying it on the inside of this Aston Martin. But I cannot get in front, so I'm just gonna wait until I get DRS. And heading into this chicane, we get a safety car. And because I was at the back anyway, I just thought let's box, putting on some new hards. And as we're restarting, I'm right onto this Red Bull, having a bunch of more grip somehow, because of warmer tires. And so I can overtake him, but I just overtake him right before the finish line, so I got to give the position back, which is unfortunate. And in sector 2 I can just very easily overtake him on the power. And going through the chicane, someone crashed into a wall. We get another safety car.
Okay, the safety car is out.
Because we're now in lap 7, a bunch of people see an opportunity to pit. As you can see the track map right here. And I'm actually ending up in P3. So I'm gonna get a bunch of faster guys behind me. And then the end of lap 9, time to restart again. And getting a nice run onto the Ferrari. But surely not able to pass him. I'm very much liking to be a bit more towards the front again. These guys have a nice pace, don't have to wait for them. And as they're starting to battle, I can keep up with them nicely. And in the next lap getting some very fast drivers behind me. But thanks to the guys in front, can manage to stay in their DRS, making me able to nicely hang on. And in the next lap, them still fighting, and they got a Visa Cash App behind me. And despite me being very close to the Mercedes, the Visa Cash App can just pass me very easily, and there he is already ahead of me. And in the next lap, losing some ground to the Visa, and the Haas behind very close. So Haas getting past me, and the Kick getting past me, and the Williams getting past me. So that happened a little bit too quickly for my liking. And with the amount of DRS in this track, I would have hoped to stay a bit closer to them, a bit longer, despite their new tires. So at the end of lap 14, I unfortunately lose out on DRS. So I'm just gonna have to focus on my own race from now, with the Aston Martin at 2.3 behind. And lap 16, the Aston Martin has caught up to me and can overtake me on the run to turn 3. And luckily in his DRS I can stay. But also behind this Aston Martin I do have to push to stay in his DRS. And at DRS activation I'm more than a second behind. But at the detection I was under a second, so I still have DRS, luckily. So in this section I'm just hanging around about a second. So I'm gonna have to push a lot of battery to stay inside of that. And it's very crucial for me to be able to hang on to him. But I managed to do it, still having used a lot of battery. And in sector 3 I also can barely stay in DRS, but I can. And in the next lap again the same story. Now about 9/10 and then a second. And then still a second and then another second. Can take a few hundreds. And now at 9/10. And I really like to take this chicane. In general this track is really great. So fast.
Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit.
I'm surely not going to pit, even though my tires are already 18 laps old. And I'm even closing up a bit more and more now at 7/10 only. And out of the last 2 turns can get even closer, and then he gets a slide. So I'm gonna have a nice run onto him, so I can just get even closer. And thanks to that error of him, I don't have to stress that much anymore to stay in his DRS. And that's really some costly time I gained. So this race I really enjoy because I get to chase this guy with about the same pace. And it's just full on pushing to stay within his DRS.
Yellow flag.
And I really got a nice target this way. And we both now get a free position because the kicks our pits. And as I'm able to hang on to him, I notice I cannot close up enough to actually get past him. But I was expecting the position to come to me in the end. Because I do have older tires than the Aston Martin, but I can still keep up. So I thought it must be doable. And as you can see, he makes a mistake there. He's even making more mistakes. So I'm just gonna try to keep on to him. And now into the last 7 laps. And at the end of lap 26, about half a second from him. So I really have been keeping on him for 10 laps already now. Between half a second and a second. And that doesn't happen often for me. But it's nice to have a close battle with someone in a league race. And now in the last 3 laps I've been able to get my battery well above 50%. And for a long time I had to push that much that I was at around 10% battery level. So now I'm at 61 and I haven't even touched the non-ERS deployment mode. This is just all management by not using overtake. So I can now just closely follow him without just dumping my battery all the time. So now on lap 28 and the Aston Martin makes a mistake on the exit, handing me the position, which is a little bit less ideal than you might think, because I will be vulnerable for him now, for DRS. And there he goes on my outside, getting back his position. But I surely don't even mind because we still have the final lap. I have 80% battery. And he does not need to make a mistake for me. Because at this point I was very confident I was going to be able to pass him on merit. Now let's go into the final lap. Very close onto him already. Also with 80% battery. And you can already see him weaving. So now taking the chicane before the DRS. And as you can see, super closely onto him with a quite full battery. So there we go, taking the slipstream, and with DRS it's super easy. Even though getting here was not that easy, but the move was quite. And myself getting DRS again, because of the single detection. So the Aston Martin cannot get close. Now onto the last turn, and he's actually still right onto me. And now he's getting DRS. And he's getting very, very close onto me. I have to veer to the right. And I just got it by 25 thousandths of a second. So this is exactly how close it was. And just a really great, amazing battle. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed.